No, we watched the press conference. We aired some of it.
Press conference was like a breakfast.
It was like a breakfast, yeah. But I was telling the boys, and I think you feel the same way. You can say what you want about Gruden as a coach and as a leader. I know he hasn't won a lot of games, but he just seems like a good dude. You guys enjoy being around him, don't you?
Totally. And in my profession, in your profession, you don't necessarily want to root for somebody, but Jay's easy to root for. He's easy to like. You'd like to see him break through because players really like him and connect with him the same way he makes me laugh. He makes those guys laugh. And I think those are great qualities to have. But, sometimes it gets lost a little bit in his easygoing and kind of funny nature. He can be pretty hard on those guys when he needs to. We've heard and seen him kind of lose it at obscure things, especially in training camp when practice gets a little bit lackadaisical. Every once in a while, he'll just go off on a false start penalty or something just to try to keep everybody on their toes. But, I mean, when you talk to him, I haven't gotten to do this, but I keep telling Jay, I just want to play golf and drink a beer with you, man. We don't need any cameras. We don't need any microphones.
Right.
Let's just go out there.
Well, he probably would do that.
He's got a pretty good game, too, Lurch.
That's what I hear. Yep.
JP, I know we're jumping ahead here, but what is the sort of record that would have Jay Gruden in trouble in 2018? If he finished with the following record, this has him really in trouble in the crosshairs with ownership and the front office.
Yeah, I think anything under 7 wins. You get to double-digit losses, and Jay talked about the pressure of being an NFL head coach, and he said, he's like, I come to these breakfasts every year, and there's always about 8 or 9 new faces, and he was honest. You can't get to his position without knowing the dangers that come with losing. He's fully on board. That said, it does seem like the whole Bruce, Doug, Jay, Schaefer, they all get along well, and they're all on the same page. But ultimately, you got to win games. I think 6-10 or below, and things get very dicey.
So you talked to him about the running game, and Doug Williams has talked a lot about the fact that they need to upgrade at running back. And it seemed like Jay had said earlier that they would probably draft somebody early. He was kind of coy with you that said that the position would be addressed, not necessarily early in the draft.
What was really funny is Craig Hoffman, your guys' reporter, was sitting at the table as well, and Jay goes, I don't know where this came from that people think we're going to draft a running back early. And Hoffman was like, you said it to me on the radio last week, which I just thought was a funny moment. But them drafting a running back early in the draft, and when I say early, I mean the first or the second round pick because they don't have a third round pick. Them taking a running back early in the draft is not the move they should make. They have too many other holes they need to fill to kind of draft a luxury item. And they need to be better in the run game, but this draft is stacked with running backs. I think you can get somebody in the 4th round. If you make a move back that gives you more picks, that would change the kind of the direction of what they should do in the draft. And when I talked to Bruce Allen yesterday, Bruce was very clear that they're interested in trading back, which really most NFL teams are interested in trading back. But I think the Skins will look to acquire more picks in the draft, and maybe that lets them open something up to a 3rd round running back, a late 2nd round pick running back.
Yeah, we're flashing up the top 10 running backs, projected running backs, and where they might be drafted. And you mentioned the 3rd round pick that they traded away in the Alex Smith deal. That could really come back to haunt them because let's just say they really like the running back that may be projected in the 3rd round, right? But they don't feel like they can get him in the 4th round. They might have to take him in the 2nd round. So they might have to draft him higher than they usually would, right? That's a possible scenario.
Certainly possible. I don't see it happen. I mean, if you look at how they've approached free agency, they set their number and they're not going above it. I think the same thing would happen at running back, that there will be guys they like with a 2nd round value, but they're comfortable with guys 3rd, 4th round values. And you never know about draft day. Wild stuff happens every year, so certainly it's a scenario that could unfold. But I think they know they need O-line, D-line, and then help in the secondary at such a premium level that running back is a concern, but it's not top of mind.
How about LaShawn Daniels leading them in yards per carry? I know he only had a couple of carries, but that's how sad it was. That's a knee last year. you guys talked to him a
Well,
little bit about
JP, when you say that, it gives validity to Lurch's point that maybe they do have to take a running back in the second round.
It's pretty bad if you look at the chart. I think technically Jamison Crowder led them in yards per carry, but he's a wide receiver.
Yeah, but you know who led the team?
And those are on like Jets.
Right.
You know who led the team in rushing touchdowns?
Was that Kirk?
Kirk.
Kirk Cousins.
And that is sad.
Yeah.
That is really sad.